Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, tech-savvy parents, usually. It's not my job to back up my files. Now you have 2 reviews, Dave. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Tech-savvy parents, usually. Firstly, let me start by explaining my parents are pretty tech-savvy. They understand the concepts of CPU/RAM/HDD, know to keep things up to date, ignore foreign princes and calls from Microsoft, find the right download button, etc. So usually when they call it something more serious. But sometimes even savvy people make mistakes. Story 1. So I get a call from my mom one sunny day. For context, we're in the UK, and usually internet is via the phone line unless you have cable. Mom, hey, our internet is down. Me, okay, let's check through the basics. I check with Mom that they've run through the restarting things, checking connections, and as I expected they had. Me, let's check what the router says. Hit 192.168.0.1 and login. Me directs her to router status page. This was many years ago with a DG834, so it's got some logging, but a bit vague. Mom, LCP is not allowed to come up, or something along those lines, I forget. Me, well, that's pretty vague. Let's just check the RJ11 cable and microfilter. Dad just goes and replaces both as they have them spare. Mom, still nothing. Same thing in the status window. Me, let me double check the $telco status page. Nothing at $telco is up for your area. I'll come over and have a look. I'll bring a spare modem/router. $telco loves to threaten charges for engineer visits for end user issues. I arrive. Hellos/hugs, etc. I notice her mobile on the side table. And have a horrible dawning realization. Me, please tell me you checked the landline phone. Mom gets a concerned look as I move to pick up the phone. My expression says it all. Phone dial tone, silence. The room, silent disbelief. Crickets, chirping away. A group facepalm follows. It probably should have occurred to me during diagnosis, but sometimes obvious things slip by. I didn't realize they'd called from Mom's mobile. They had free minutes on the mobiles, and not on the landline anymore. Me, yeah, your phone line is dead. Mom, I'll call $telco. Story 2. My parents had agreed to do some digitizing old photos and negatives for some family friends. They have a nice high-end Epson scanner with all the bells and whistles, from about 10 years ago. I get a call from Mom. We usually use speakerphone to chat to people in each room. Mom, hey, we just got the photo scanner back out, and it's not working. No lights on at all. I direct them to check it over for any obvious signs of damage or moisture ingress. It's been in storage for a while. Nothing obvious wrong. Me, okay, do you guys have a multimeter about? For testing voltages? This scanner uses a separate inline transformer. Mom, a multi-what? Okay, I expected that. Dad, I think I've got one of those in the shed. I expected that also. Dad goes and returns with multimeter. Me, test the output of the adapter with it plugged in the wall carefully, not knowing what damage may have been done. Dad, looks like 0. Me, 0 what? Is it set to volts? Turns out this multimeter is also ancient, of questionable provenance, and the display obscure. I'm unconvinced the multimeter is providing useful readings. Me, I'll come over with my multimeter just to check, before you spend money on a replacement transformer. Me goes over and checks, verifies it's dead as a dodo. They get a replacement from eBay, as it's a generic Epson inline transformer. All good. 1 week later, Mom, so. The scanner is dead. Me, what? Really? After you got it working with the new transformer? Mom, yeah, no lights, nobody is home. I start a mental inventory of the tools I'll need to take it apart. Me, tried unplugging and replugging, etc.? Mum, yup, I can hear her do it again right there, both power and USB. Me, okay, I'll come on over and take a look at it, but no guarantees I'll get it working. I head over and take a look. I start by double checking the cheapo eBay inline transformer, it's providing a nice stable voltage. Plug it all back in and nothing. I unpack screwdrivers, multimeter etc. ready to take it apart and diagnose. Then I notice the power switch on the scanner is OFF. Me, please tell me you turned the scanner on when you tried to use it? Both parents immediately turn completely and entirely red. Me immediately starts laughing so hard my sides hurt, and I can't breathe long enough to talk. To say I nearly wet myself laughing at their expense is an understatement. They used to, and still do, turn it on off as and when they use it and finish using it, but to miss such a dumb step this time really embarrassed them. We all had a big laugh out of that one. Cheers for reading. It's not my job to back up my files. So the actors in this one are me, a developer in my company, $Dev, and my boss, $Boss. Story is about 5 or 6 years old. We had gotten a few powerful desktops that were no longer used and told the devs they could use them to develop the apps they were working on. So anytime a dev needed to develop/test code, I would create a new VM, install Visual Studio, and give them access. Our company was small and we had limited resources, and at some point backing up the devs' work became hard. Since this was a testing environment, I decided that there is no need to back up these VMs. I spoke to $Boss and we came up with a strategy that we wouldn't back up anything related to the dev environment. Instead, the devs has to copy their code to their home folder which was being backed up. Once everything was set up, I announced it to everybody and made sure everyone was aware of this plan. Fast forward a few months later. I get a message from one of the devs that the VM he has been using is inaccessible. I do the regular troubleshooting, try to RDP ping, but nothing. I tried to RDP to the physical host, also nothing. I went to the server room thinking it is most probably some power issue and a reboot would help, but it turns out to be a bit more complicated. The hard drive had sadly passed away. The conversation goes a little bit like this. $Me, so the server is dead. I will create a new VM for you on another server, and you can restore your project from your home folder. $Dev, what? This can't be true. I don't have a backup of my code. $Me, why? I have reminded everyone multiple times. $Dev, it's not my job to back up my files. This is your job. I will raise the issue with $Boss. He goes and speaks to the boss about how I was incompetent and didn't back up his files. Needless to say, $Boss stands on my side as he approved the plan. Also, other developers had backed up all their projects, so he was the only one. Since the project he was working on was important to the company, I was tasked to restore the data from the drive. I tried several tools I have, but nothing worked as the issue was that the head was not getting power. I ended up taking the disk to a specialist to restore a folder that was about 15 or 20 megabytes in size, and the company paid a huge amount to this specialist just because someone decided not to copy his work because it is not their job. The funny thing? A few months later, same issue happened with the same guy. Only this time, hard drive was not dead, and it was a small server issue. But he didn't back up any of his files. Now you have 2 reviews. Dave. I'm Dave, and once again we going through a mass migration from one tool to another. About 15K will participate in this move. I'll call the new tool Truthsayer, which is almost absurd as the real name it was branded. And once again I have drafted extensive documentation, churned out quick reference guides, wrote reports, compiled FAQs, held demo sessions, held Q&A sessions, presented roadshows, recorded presentations for replay, composed WBTs, done troubleshooting with the vendor, etc. etc. I'm constantly incorporating feedback from all of this to make it all more appealing / accessible / concise, etc. All of this and many more is listed on our new tools sorted and organized landing page. A one-stop shop if you have any questions. I was chatting with my co-worker Stan today when I noticed the landing page had gotten a review. I didn't even know the pages could get reviews. I leaned forward and saw it was a 1-star review. So it sucks, I guess? Dave, huh? Our Truthsayer landing page got a review. Stan, oh, what was it? Dave, no comments, but they did give it a star. A 1-star review. Stan, so how many reviews so far? Dave, just that one review. Stan, I see. Here, Dave, I'll help you out. Your page now has 2 1-star reviews. Gotta go. I checked and yes, seconds after our call there were now 2 1-star reviews. Thanks, Stan.